Attention passionate Seattle Seahawks fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC West and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Seattle Seahawks' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Seattle Seahawks fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Seattle SEAHAWKS fans. Let's get to the news all right. Seahawks fans, buckle up because the NFL rumor mill is heating up in a big way, and it involves a potential blockbuster move that could shake up the entire NFC West. The latest whispers are pointing towards the New England Patriots, a team currently sitting at 5-8 and in the midst of a transitional phase heading into 2025. The buzz is that the Patriots might be willing to part ways with one of their most dynamic offensive weapons, Stefon Diggs. And get this, the Seahawks are reportedly at the top of the list, with discussions heating up about a trade that could change everything for our franchise. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking, Diggs back in the NFC West. It sounds like a dream, especially considering his elite route running, incredible yards after catch ability, and consistency as one of the league's top receivers. Over his career, Diggs has amassed over 0 yards and 70 touchdowns, making him a true game-changer whenever he's on the field. And in 2025, even with limited games, just 13, he still racked up 64 catches on 79 targets for 705 yards and 3 touchdowns, with a PFF grade of 89. That's the kind of production the Seahawks desperately need, especially given our current struggles with reliable targets in the passing game. What makes Diggs such a perfect fit for Seattle? Well, it's about more than just stats. It's about what he brings to the field, separation, consistency, and an ability to elevate the entire offense. Our current receivers have been solid, but we're missing that game-breaking element, that guy who can reliably dominate in critical moments. With Diggs, we'd get that big play threat that defenses have to game plan around, opening up more space for our other playmakers, and most importantly, giving Geno Smith a true go-to target. And let's talk about the numbers that matter. Diggs in 2025 has been a nightmare for defenses, averaging over 79 yards per game, with an 80% success rate in the red zone. His yards after catch, exceeding 400 yards, showcase his ability to turn short plays into big gains. His EPA per target, sitting at plus 0.35, indicates he consistently creates value, especially on third down. Plus, with an average of over 11 yards per reception, he's the kind of receiver who can stretch the field and make those explosive plays that change the momentum of a game. But what about the Patriots' side of things? Well, they're currently averaging just under 20 points per game and are struggling on third downs, converting only around 20% of their third down opportunities, which is a red flag when it comes to playoff contending teams. Trading away Diggs might seem risky, but it's part of their rebuild, especially with their focus on cap space and building around young talent like quarterback Mac Jones. The Patriots are reportedly focusing on freeing up around $15 million in cap space to prioritize their investment in Mac and their defensive unit. Getting a second-round pick in 2026 as part of the trade would give them some future assets to work with, which is crucial as they look to rebuild their roster. Now here's where it gets even more interesting for us Seahawks fans. If this trade goes through and Diggs joins Seattle, the impact could be seismic. Imagine a guy who can rack up over 100 yards in our offense, projected, of course, based on his recent production, adding that extra layer of threat that defenses will have to respect. He'd give us a plus 1 yards per route over our current wide receivers, which is huge. That kind of upgrade can turn a good offense into a top-tier one, especially with Geno Smith at the helm, who's already proven he can elevate his game with the right weapons. And let's not forget the playoff context. Diggs has a reputation for rising to the occasion, clutch performances in big moments, especially in the red zone. His playoff experience, combined with his knack for making contested catches, makes him a perfect X-factor for the Seahawks' Super Bowl ambitions. The odds for Seattle lifting the Lombardi are still around plus 2,100, but adding a player like Diggs could be the difference maker that gets us closer to that ultimate goal. He's the kind of player who can flip the script in crunch time, turning close games into wins and giving our offense that extra edge when it matters most. From a strategic perspective, Bringing Diggs into the Seahawks locker room wouldn't just boost our offense. It would send a message across the league that Seattle isn't just content to be a playoff contender. We're aiming higher. With his precise route running, ability to create separation, and playoff experience, Diggs could be the catalyst that elevates our entire team. It's about making the leap from a good team to a championship-caliber squad. And let's be honest, Seahawks fans, after years of building and some tough seasons, were hungry for that Lombardi trophy. This move could be the missing piece that finally puts us over the top. Now, I know some of you might be cautious. Trading draft picks always carries risks, and integrating a new star into our already talented roster isn't guaranteed to be smooth sailing overnight. But if there's one thing we've learned about Pete Carroll's approach, it's that he's not afraid to make bold moves when the opportunity presents itself. And bringing in a player like Diggs, who can seamlessly fit into our offensive scheme and elevate everyone around him, could be exactly what we need to make that final push. Of course, we'll be keeping a close eye on how this story develops over the coming days. The NFL rumor mill is known for its twists and turns, but one thing is for certain. If the Seahawks pull this off, it could be a game-changer for our franchise. The fan base would finally get the dynamic, explosive receiver we've been craving, and Seattle's offense could be set up to dominate in ways we haven't seen in recent years. With Geno Smith leading the charge and Diggs stretching defenses, the Seahawks could be on the verge of something special. This potential trade is more than just a rumor. It's a glimpse into a future where the Seahawks could be serious contenders once again. Imagine the buzz inside Lumen Field when Diggs catches his first pass in Seahawks colors. Fans already dreaming of playoff battles, division titles, and that elusive Super Bowl. It's the kind of move that could redefine our team's trajectory for years to come, and I, for one, am here for it. So stay tuned, Seahawks Nation, because big things are on the horizon, and I can't wait to see how this story unfolds. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest Seattle Seahawks news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And finally, Seahawks fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential move? Do you think adding Stefon Diggs would put us over the top? Or are you skeptical about giving up draft capital for a player who's already in his prime? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Seahawks. Remember, this isn't just about one player. It's about the future of our team, our passion for the game, and our chase for that Lombardi trophy. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Seahawks news. Let's keep that fire alive, Seattle fans. The best is yet to come.